Coming up, I'm going to be talking about She-Hulk attorney at law and also a big Disney investor that wants to merge Disney Plus and Hulu together. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. It's Tuesday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news update. So first off, Tuesday, let's have a look at what's new on Disney Plus today. Around the world, we got the penultimate episode of the second season of Only Murders in the Building. You'll find it on Hulu in the United States and on Star Plus in Latin America. Really enjoying this series. So want to watch that finale next week. I just really love this show. It's so good. And also, if you're in New York, there's a special experience taking place this weekend. So check out all the information on what's on Disney Plus about it. It's very limited. It's only there for 2 days, but definitely want to check that one out. Moving on from there, let's now talk about She-Hulk Attorney at Law, where Disney held its launch event for the show at the El Capitan Theatre in Hollywood. All the stars of the show were there. This was really just kind of a big celebration, lots of photos and stuff. Also at the same time, the social media reaction embargo lifted on the series. Now I have seen the first 4 episodes. Really good, lots of comedy moments in here. It's definitely a TV series rather than like an extended movie just cut up into bits like we've seen with the previous ones. This feels like a proper TV show. They're kind of leaning in on that format, which is great. There's, as I said, lots of comedy in here. There's a little post-credit scenes every time. That's funny. It doesn't build to anything. There's like a cameo every episode. My full review will be going up on the website on Wednesday, with the first episode dropping onto Disney Plus this coming Thursday, with new episodes dropping every week. But yeah, no, this is a really good one. But yeah, so can't wait for everyone to kind of watch this one and see what the reactions are. I enjoyed it. It's not the same as anything else. It's very different, and we say it a lot of times when we do these kind of social embargo things because we're kind of limited in what we can say. It's very different from what we've seen so far. But can't wait for you all to see this one when it drops on Thursday. And finally, a hedge fund called Triple Point has released kind of a letter to Disney CEO Bob Chapek, kind of giving out some advice on what they want to see Disney do. And I mean, this is not just a normal investor, but just a little bit. This isn't a hedge fund that owes millions of dollars worth of Disney stocks. And they put out this big letter, and there was a couple of things in there that I thought was really interesting. One of them was about Disney Plus and Hulu. According to Triple Point CEO Daniel S. Loeb, he says, "We believe that integrating Hulu directly into Disney's direct-to-consumer platform will provide significant cost and revenue synergies, ultimately reigniting growth in the domestic market. We urge the company to make every attempt to acquire Comcast's remaining minority stake prior to the contractual deadline in early 2024. We believe that it would be prudent for Disney to pay a modest premium to accelerate the integration, but are cognizant that the seller may have an unreasonable price expectation at the time, while noting that the seller has already made the decision to prematurely remove their own content from the platform. We know this is a priority for you, and we hope there is a deal to be had before Comcast is contractually obliged to do so in about 18 months. Now, it's very interesting that this shareholder is pointing out the fact that while they would like it to be done earlier, there may be an issue with doing this with Comcast. If Comcast doesn't want to sell, or they want an unreasonable amount of money, it might just be best for Disney to hold off, which might be what Disney's new strategy is. If they can't get it done by 2024, is just to slowly fill up Disney Plus with all the content, so then it's not so much of a big jump when they kind of merge the two together. And there's going to be a big shift with Disney, and there's a lot of costs cutting that they can do by merging Hulu in with Disney Plus, and they can cut down on advertising. They can also get rid of some staff. They can also get rid of like server costs and all the rest of it. There's a lot of issues that they can save money in. That's why Warner Brothers Discovery is going to be doing this with Discovery Plus and HBO Max and having one system. Paramount is also doing something similar with like Showtime and Paramount Plus. There's a lot of synergies for bringing things in. Not everything on Hulu probably can be put over to Disney Plus because of licensing, but also a lot of this licensed content is coming to an end, and Hulu's going to have a lot less of this. And generally, people are only going to be willing to pay for so many different options. One of the key reasons why Disney Plus is getting the ad tier later this year is so that A, becomes more profitable, but also it's much more easier to merge the two together once Disney Plus gets its ad system in place, because then they're not losing money, that they can get those transfers of subscribers over. And yeah, it's just all about the money, and I think that's why the ad tier and stuff. Now we've got the parental controls and the ad tier, they're really kind of laying the foundation for this to come in. But it's just interesting to see a big investor kind of calling Disney out and saying, and Disney even replied to this, kind of saying, well, we listen to our investors and stuff. This is not just someone with a few shares. This is someone with a lot of money invested in Disney. But definitely interested to see how all this works out. Some other suggestions that Daniel Loeb had included like selling off ESPN and just doing more cost cutting. So I don't know about selling off ESPN. I mean, they could save a lot of money with not spending all that cash on licensing and things like that. But sports is a big income for Disney. But let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.